The week at Retraction Watch featured a revoked PhD, more news about Paolo Macchiarini, and a head-scratcher about a retraction involving astronauts. Here's what was happening elsewhere. Stanford professor Mark Jacobson has sued a critic in the National Academy of Sciences for $10 million over a PNAS paper questioning his work. Mashable Anna Zvolinsky considers how to fire a professor for unethical or illegal conduct. The scientist at Stuff You Love tainted by people you hate. Can we still rely on science done by UAL harassers, asks Adam Rogers. Why or do we need an adoption service for orphan data, asks neuroskeptic. Discover the value of a more humane set of metrics in the humanities and social sciences, maybe in creating, even forcing, time and space for a more intentional, less reactive approach to professional development and to appreciating a rich diversity of scholarly contributions, writes Karen Wolf. The Scholarly Kitchen will tweeting about your research paper get you more citations, asks Craig McLean, who answers, Deep Sea News. There is much more to scientific impact than citations, says Nature. After this story was posted, the chief subject of the article, Sherry Sletton, told The Times that her account of reuniting with gunshot victim Matt Lewin after he was released from the hospital was false. Los Angeles Times. The award was originally named the Golden Snot but was changed after being considered indecent, an attempt to prevent plagiarism in China using humor. Asa Butcher, GB Times. The bias begins with suggestions from authors. Brooks Hansen and Dory Lurbach talked to the Scholarly Kitchen about what has happened since their study of gender bias in peer review. We talked to them about the study in January. Got a tip? A new hotline for whistleblowers wants to expose anti-science action in the federal government. Motherboard PubMed 2.0. NIH staff describe improvements and updates to everyone's favorite search engine for biomedical research. eLife. The case for blinding to make journal peer review fair seems less and less plausible to me for the long run, says Hilda Bastian. Absolutely, maybe Springer Nature is blocking access to articles in China, at the Chinese government's request. AP via Fresno. B psychologists really are trying to turn their field around, says Bethany Brookshire. Curious. A blog post finds a model of scientific integrity in some researchers from Wayne State University. Conscien Health is a research integrity code for universities in the UK. Working Nature Index. Jessica Poca considers whether comment sections on preprint papers are worth it. ASCB post. Einstein strongly disagreed with the idea that an editor could review his work without his consent, or the importance of expertise. Daniel Block. The Conversation. Happy Halloween. Phil Davis interviews a ghostwriter for medical journals. The Scholarly Kitchen authors are eager to publish in predatory journals. New York Times. But you already knew that. Some called the college's actions unreasonable, shocking and embarrassing for the school, but a history professor didn't plagiarize a newspaper column, a school investigation says. Durango Herald. David Eisner reviews the reasons research can't be reproduced. Journal of Molecular and Cellular Cardiology. Who owns patient data in clinical research, asks Charlotte Wong. CollabRx. Like Retraction Watch, consider making a tax-deductible contribution to support our growth. You can also follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, add us to your RSS reader, sign up on our homepage for an email every time there's a new post, or subscribe to our daily digest. Click here to review our comments policy. For a sneak peek at what we're working on, click here. If you have comments or feedback, you can reach us at retractionteam@gmail.com. Related.